Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Welcome back to the Bad Movie Night Podcast. My name is Chris, and tonight we've checked out a movie from the year in which Spiv was born, and that is, of course, the 1963 movie. Also, maybe about Spiv. The Sadist. Wow, shit.
Nice.
The Sadist is coming to bring you the most terrifying 90 minutes ever seen to this screen. The Sadist.
The
Sadist.
most terrifying 90 minutes.
Sarah. They need to bring back that trailer style. I like that trailer style.
Yeah, that is fun, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I'm a guy who's not in the movie, but I'm going to stand here and talk to you in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
Nice.
And talk about a movie you're not going to be able to see.
He's like a host of my trailer. It is nice.
Yeah.
I do like
It's pretty cool. I do like it. Yeah.
It's formal, and it feels good. And that's what I like.
Do you think the host needs to be creepy?
No.
Just
No.
gotta be in a suit.
Just a
That's
suit?
it.
If he was creepy, then it would end up being hokey, like
Yeah.
Svengoolie kind of thing.
Oh, Svengoolie.
So, guys.
Goalie, is that a hockey horror movie?
He's a host
Horror
of a
host.
horror movie.
You haven't seen Svengoolie?
I was thinking
Dude,
of
we used to watch it all the
Svengali,
time.
but then I was like, Svengoolie sounds cool for a hockey movie.
Goalie.
Like a Svengoolie.
That'd be a Svengoolie.
Right. So I mean,
Sven is a goalie.
Sven's a hitter.
He plays for the Norway team.
This is going to get worse and worse as these two assholes work.
Yeah, we better speed this up.
Jesus Christ. Oh my
Make up for that 40 minutes
Really?
we lost.
Oh my God, guys, we're back.
Wait,
20,
wait.
20,
What do we do that is so bad?
Hey, you just talk about stupid shit that nobody cares about. Wow, yeah.
That's the premise of the
life of
podcast,
the
for God's sake.
podcast.
You are the life of the podcast, life of the show, all that bullshit. But, guys, we're back because it's 2024. This is the year that we have decided to sell out, and we have done so by watching the movie from 1963 that
Yep.
no one fucking knows about,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is great.
sure.
That is great.
Sure.
This was a Patreon pick by Paul, who then later, we'll get to it in the listener feedback section, did this whole, like, dump of shit to try and make us feel bad, but I don't fall for that because I don't feel
No,
anything anymore.
no,
I'm dead
don't do
inside,
that.
and you can't fucking make me feel one lick of thing. What, Lindsay? Say what you're gonna say.
I'm just reacting to you. You say you you hate everything and you have nothing. I'm just shocked by that.
I say that.
Shocked
Yeah,
that
you
You
never
just
negative.
said that.
I love everything.
You're
I
always
love
so
life.
positive.
I'm a positive person.
Where's this
I got a
negativity
question.
coming from, Chris?
Yeah. What's up?
Is this the oldest movie we ever watched on this podcast?
Yes.
I think it is.
When
think
Okay.
before that,
Okay, I
it
was
was
curious.
what God told me to, or Race the Devil.
Right.
Yeah, there
Race
were
the
a couple,
Devil, maybe?
The Devil's like
70s,
mid-70s,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
God damn,
76
that
maybe?
fucking Race the Devil movie, which we
Oh,
all
man, it's so
all said
badass.
was fucking awesome. All the comments are from people being like, "You guys are assholes. This is a great movie." I'm like, "Fucking listen to what we said
Right?
instead of leaving some stupid ass comment." But anyways, I digress.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, we should watch that again.
We're
It's
back.
like one long chase sequence.
So
good.
good.
We're back. We're centered. We centered. Namaste. Namaste.
Oh.
I did do some yoga earlier this week. It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Downward dog.
Was it
no.
goat yoga?
No, I didn't do goat yoga. I just did whatever Steph was
Was
doing.
it that
She
hot,
does yoga
sweaty
every day.
yoga?
There was one for like
Oh,
my feet
man.
or something.
Didn't start out that way, but
No, it gets hot and sweaty. Believe me. Anytime I bend over anywhere, it's just like, all right, breaking a
Yoga
sweat
is
here, I
really
guess.
great.
It is nice. I like the
That's good for
breathing.
you.
The breathing actually stresses me out and gives me a little bit of anxiety because we did one and she was like, "Hold your breath," and she like held it for like 10
you don't
seconds, and I was
hold
like,
it,
"I can't."
no.
No, Aradia be praised. That's a good shot. All right, guys, the Sadist. I am excited to talk about the Sadist tonight. There's a lot to dive into with this movie. But first, AJ, can you tell me what the 1963 horror movie, The Sadist, is about?
A pair of teachers break down in the middle of nowhere. Where did everyone go?
Well, this is a.
I'm going to talk very clearly for the
Turns
camera.
Drink your
out a psychotic killer and his girlfriend are in control.
I'm a Cabbage Patch Kid come to life.
Oh my
Will
god.
they ever be able to escape? Turns out you'll have to find out in an hour and 20 minutes later.
Dun dun dun.
Will you even care after an hour and 20 minutes of this bullshit?
The 1963 black and white classic that is The Sadist.
Sadist.
Hell, sadist.
Rated R because color didn't exist back then, so they made a movie without color. But it actually did. That's the weird thing, Spiff.
63.
Well,
yeah.
you gotta save money. You know, you're gonna go where it's cheaper.
It
They
was
were going-
artistic choice.
They were going for a Hitchcock feel.
Yeah.
I wonder if like cinema will ever progress where it's like we introduced something else that never existed in movies before.
We've tried
they
that.
do that all the
gimmicky
time.
Crap. 3D,
The
smell-o-vision,
feelings.
all that kind of crap. None of it really sticks.
Yeah, there'll be eventually some. It'll be like VR movies where you can like interact with the movie or some shit like
It'll
that,
just-
right?
You get some
maybe.
implants. Henry watched
Isn't that
the
what, like,
Captain,
the
Did
metaverse
you
is-
say you're getting implants? Is that what you said, Spiff? What size?
Plants.
No, I was saying for movie,
Butt
like the
implants.
experience that you can get.
Yeah,
with
we all
implants.
know what you meant, Spiff.
The Henry watched the Captain Underpants movie, and you get to choose. It's like a choose your own adventure.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Did you
that's
watch it with him?
Yikes! Oh, several times. The first time it was actually really funny, but after that, it's like, okay, that's enough poop jokes, guys.
Well, let's not get crazy, Spiff.
It is called Captain Underpants after all. But yeah.
All right, AJ, that was a great premise hole section. There is time to move on to Aaron's AI pervert hole, and there is some actual interesting trivia
We
about
could
this
learn
movie.
about 1963.
So let's get into that, and then after that, we're going to talk about the Sadist. So here we go.
All right. It's been a long week of shitty things, and I had no time to prepare for this movie. It was released in 1963 in the United States on April. It was also
On April.
On April. Well, there was no date given. I missed that part. So. It just says April 1963 in Los Angeles, California. It was later released April 25th, 1963. On April 25th, 1963 in Cincinnati, Ohio, for a preview. Yep. June 19th, on June 19th in Southland 68 Auto Theater, Nicholasville, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
West Germany on August 7th, 1963, etc., etc., etc. Yep. It's a movie. So it was written and directed by James Landis. Do you guys know him from anything?
Is he related to John Landis?
I don't think
believe
so. He
No.
did some other
He's done a lot of
drive-in
movies.
exploitation
Yep.
stuff.
Airborne, Stakeout, Rat Fink, Deadwood 76.
Oh man, Ratfink.
Man, Deadwood was a
The
good show.
Lone Texas, Thundering Jets, Young and Dangerous.
That's my name
Yep.
in high school.
Oh, fuck, it wasn't.
Why is that? When you got your speeding ticket for doing 30 in a 25?
Hey,
in
I
your
was drag racing.
80
in that
horsepower
school parking
Toyota?
lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were
You
dangerous.
got in
for
trouble
sure.
for drag racing?
I lost my parking permit.
Yes.
Did you really? That's so
could've beat
funny.
you
You
in
don't
that truck on
drag
a
race in the
bicycle.
parking lot.
Were you
supposed
actually
to
drag
find
racing?
some
It was a
dusty
Sunday,
farm road.
Guys, it was a Sunday. Who knew the
Mm.
principal was
man.
sitting in his office?
What were you drag
Sunday.
racing in?
Yes, in this
An old pickup
office.
truck.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yep. This movie
That's how Footloose
stars
starts.
Arch Hall Jr., Helen Hoovey, and Richard Alden. Some interesting facts about this film, if I can find any, are things like this. Star Arch Hall Jr., a.k.a. Mr. Cabbage Patch Kid, was a sharpshooter.
Okay, this is the one I was waiting
Yes,
Yep.
and when some of the attempts to fire fake bullets from his gun failed, he suggested that he fire live ammunition above their heads of the other actors, and they
Yep.
Nice.
all agreed.
for. Freaking
Did anyone
nuts.
get killed?
Well, I don't know.
It's crazy.
They
Maybe.
should talk to Alec Baldwin.
Like, exactly.
Yeah, too soon.
Smith, too soon. Wow.
Dude, he was an asshole, though. I saw some of that footage. He was a fucking dick on that movie.
Shocked.
I'm sure he was.
Shocking.
Yeah, he probably is. Yeah.
So our main baddies in this movie are inspired by real life serial killers, Charles Starkweather and Carol Fugate.
Fugate.
Fugate. I didn't know if Rebecca, maybe this is what your game's about. We
Fugate,
won't talk about that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
In
killed
real
like
life, Fugate was only 14 at the time, but they wanted they wanted to avoid some controversy, so
Holy shit.
they made Judy's character 18. So
No, it was a
little less,
pretty. It was big news. They killed 11 people in the span of like a month and a half, including her whole family, including a 2-year-old sister. Yeah, no, it was pretty fucked up.
Yep.
That's
Well,
crazy.
because they wouldn't sell him a toy on credit.
Yep,
Is that true?
that's how it
exactly
started.
true.
Holy shit. People be crazy, man.
People be crazy. This low budget film was noted for its excellent cinematography, and it was the first American film for Vilmos Zsigmond, who was working under the name William Zsigmond. I don't know who that guy is. I can click on the link, but I really don't care. Yeah, it's a movie.
All right.
Moving on.
All right. Well, okay.
What
Aaron.
else happened in 1963?
I think I like
You're around. Tell us.
Yes, boo.
The snakes
the
used in the
JFK?
film were authentic. They were real snakes. Their mouths were temporarily sewn shut for shooting.
It was.
That's wild.
Well, they didn't care about human safety, let alone animal safety
Yeah,
back in
yeah.
the 60s.
They're shooting live bullets and sewing mouth shut.
I can vignette too. All right. All right. You ready? Move on. We got to talk about this movie. We all have thoughts about the 60s.
This will be a short
general.
episode.
This is going to
Let's
be a
do it.
short episode. 5 minutes. We've got 5 minutes tops. Here we go.
5 minutes.
Hey everyone, this is Chris, and just reminding you in the still of tonight to go to patreon.com/badmovienightshow and sign up. For $2 a month, you get access to the exclusive bonus podcast pre-show, as well as other bonuses. That's patreon.com/badmovienightshow. All right. The Sadist. AJ, what did you think of The Sadist?
Yeah. I had high hopes when I saw the trailer because I thought, oh, this is cool. We're going to go back and watch like a classic black and white type of movie. When the movie started out, it really felt like
Sorry. Keep
it
going.
really felt like it was going to be like kind of like a Twilight Zone. And I was kind of into that. It's like, oh, there's no people around. They're kind of in the middle of nowhere. This could be pretty interesting. Like the setup and premise was kind of interesting. I was intrigued for a little bit. But as the movie went on, I quickly realized that we're going to be trapped with these people in this one location for the entire movie. And that's when all hope in life just drained from me because I realized I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through this entire film.
Open
And,
life. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. I had a really hard time watching this. The young guy, I thought he was just like way over the top. And he's like a teenager with a gun. There were so many opportunities for them to easily overpower him and just end this fucking situation. They didn't. It was unrealistic in that sense completely to me. I did not like this movie.
This is what it's like, though, if you vacation to Harrisburg.
That looks more like Western PA than Harrisburg.
Yeah, well. Aaron, what did you think?
You know, I genuinely like movies from the 50s and 60s. I think they have a great look to them. They definitely are paced different than modern movies. And especially like this type of movie, I like that the music and sound is kind of dispersed periodically. It's not like a continuous like most modern movies are. So it gives it a very like raw feel. So when something does happen, it has more of a connection. But this movie is just really boring. It's them standing around a car while an asshole makes stupid faces and and I just did not enjoy it. There was nothing redeeming about this for me.
Okay. Rebecca.
I like this one. I thought the 60s over the top acting was it added to it. Like Aaron said, the music added something too, like where as the action would rise, the music would go along with it and then fall back down as things kind of settled down a little bit. I thought they were over the top, but I think for the time period and what was happening, it worked. Yeah, I liked it.
Man, okay. Lindsay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie too. Because during that time in the 60s, there was a lot of like crazy teen exploitation movies like Bad Kids, you know, the Hopheads and the Weirdos and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so that this fits really well into that genre. And also the story it's based on, like nobody would touch that for like another 10 years with, I think Badlands. Maybe there was one before it, but Badlands I think was maybe the first to touch this story at all. And they're doing some really interesting things with the cinematography and different shots, like the POV and stuff like that. And for the early 60s, this was a very brutal film. So no, I really enjoyed this one. I think it's too good for this podcast.
Spiv.
Yeah, no, it's very well made, I thought. Definitely 60s, so you're going to get that slower pacing. You're going to get the more fixed camera angles and things like that. And the acting, of course, is very melodramatic at times.
It's more like stage acting.
Just slap a
Yeah.
woman. Just slap them.
Yes. Oh, and she's hysterical, Lindsay. You have to slap her. Yeah. Oh boy. My biggest problem was the story because, as AJ said, they had at least 15 chances that they could have easily escaped from this guy. Forget overpowering him. Just like he's distracted making out with his girlfriend. Just start walking away.
There's 3 of them.
And there's
And a
3 of
teenager.
them. They could easily
3 adults.
tackle them. Yeah, so that kind of bugged me, but it's the 60s, so I get it. But yeah, I think this movie kind of is like an archetype for movies to come. I mean, we've seen this plot so many times.
A lot of like The Hills Have Eyes, especially that beginning
Yeah.
when the slow pan through the abandoned office area.
Sitting
That's
there
cool.
on the table.
That was really cool.
Yes, everything was very deliberate. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't think I'd watch it again, but I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was too good for the podcast. I don't like it was. There's nothing bad about this. Like, I mean, you
Just
might.
boring, I think.
Well,
was a little
but
hokey.
also
It was boring.
But that's also, I feel like we're looking at it through like today's lens. Like there is some
Right.
crazy shit in this
There
movie.
wasn't like
that,
extreme action. Or...
No, but you have like some really messed up scenes that if this movie was made nowadays, you'd be like, damn. Like that scene where like the older professor guy's like begging for his life.
Yeah.
And we're all like, well, it's 60s. And I think the problem I have is like the bad guy is so polite compared to nowadays where it would be like, you fucking, it'd be gross. But here he's like, gee willikers, mister, I'm really going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot you
I'm
badly.
going to finish my pop, and then
My
I'm going to
pop.
shoot you in the face.
My pop, and then I'm going to, yeah. And they're like, but he's like, out of
there's
today's
kind
lens,
of an
it's like,
implied rape scene, I would
Yeah.
say, for the 60s.
true.
Yeah.
Where he tears her dress. Yeah.
But it's just the language and all that stuff. It feels much more polite and everything.
Yeah.
But like
Well,
he
yeah,
freaking
the haze
shoots the
code.
guy right in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty messed up for
Point blank right in the
Yeah.
face.
And
For
you
no
don't.
reason either. Yeah.
Well, the reason.
But
is
he
they-
also looks like
they
a
revel in
cartoon
the-
character, so it's hard to take him
His hair was
seriously.
goofy.
Have you
his
seen
laugh
a
was goofy.
picture of the actual Charlie Starkweather? He's a little kooky looking.
Goofy, dude.
I think his eyes are so blue, it just looks
Yeah, it looks
in the black and
creepy.
white sepia tone. It just looks
Yeah.
unsettling.
His facial expressions and everything. It was.
His unibrow.
Unibrow.
The way he holds the gun though, it looks silly.
He's a sharpshooter,
like
though.
Sharpshooter.
I know, but it's like it just looks silly for some reason.
He should
Got
be
my
in a
gun. I'm
garbage
gonna
pail
shoot ya.
kid.
He does look like
Hard.
the garbage pail.
He really. That's a movie we need to cover on the podcast.
No.
Oh, God.
That is a bad movie.
But I do appreciate this kind of movie where it's like everything is happening over the course of one day, and
It's
You
almost
know,
real time. It's real
In
time.
one-
Yeah.
It is.
In one confined area.
and the tensions rise. Like this would be a much more probably entertaining movie if it was remade nowadays by a competent director. But a lot of times I kept feeling like that Hills Have Eyes pool, but I was thinking, oh man, I could see like Rob Zombie redoing this, and it would be so annoying as
Like,
fuck.
I'm gonna drink my fucking pop and I'm gonna shoot you in the fucking face.
Yo, you better sit down there, boy. I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna slap you in the ass. I'm gonna fuck your ear, and I'm gonna tell your mama she's a whore. And like, just shut the fuck up, Rob Zombie. That's like what I would picture the whole time. You know what I mean? And it would be obnoxiously annoying. But I didn't feel. I didn't.
You just completely
feel-
nailed it. Like it's
That's what he would
It
do.
was exactly.
Oh
That's that scene almost verbatim.
They would get what's his name, William Forsythe in it as and but I didn't feel any of the tension, and it could have been because of the filmmaking of the time, the pacing is very slow and all that stuff. But like I wasn't ever like I never cared. I guess I was never that invested. And again, maybe if it was remade nowadays, that tension would be more palatable to me, or palpable, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
But it did do a good job of like a subtle foreshadowing that things are not going well, like things are off, like when they first arrive, because you get that pan like that there's nobody in the office, but then it goes over and you see that the phone line's been cut,
Yeah.
but they don't know that, so it's like the audience is clued in way before they are, so it puts in that sense of dread a little bit because we haven't been introduced to the bad guys yet. But after that, yeah, they don't build it as well.
I think I was just hoping
Was
for
it a-
something more. Like they would kidnap the lady, and then the other guy would try to go after, like something that would create something more to this story other than wrong
think it was
place, wrong
pretty-
time, crazy guy.
I think it was pretty low budget though, so they kept
Yeah,
it to them
that's
one
fair.
setting.
Was it a common thing in the 60s to just replace your fuel pump on
Yeah.
the side of the road? And
Yeah,
wow.
Oh
probably.
my god, you would
Everyone
replace
in
all
this
kinds of
movie.
shit.
Fuel was really bad quality back then.
Yep.
Yeah, but really though, because like, even the motorcycle cops pull over and like, oh yeah, I just changed my fuel pump
It
last
was
week.
30
I mean-
bucks.
Maybe a,
Well, it's
maybe a
easy to
fuel
work on
filter
cars,
back
too.
then. Fuel pump. I mean, mechanicals were not nearly as robust as they are
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah, but
Things were a lot more
Jeez.
simplified.
Right. That's why cars were like trash after 80 to
Yeah,
100,000 miles.
But see, the thing of it is like, he's working on this car with like heavy duty wrenches and shit. I'm like, fucking hit the guy in the hand, so he breaks his hand, drops the gun, and then smack him across the face, and this whole thing is done. Do you know what I
'cause
mean?
Judy's not going to do anything. Although she
Fucking
was a little
Judy.
crazy.
Fucking Judy. You know what I mean?
That's one thing that I found very interesting about this movie is just the early 60s sensibilities, because you
Yeah.
have these three people, they're young the two are young professionals and they're kind of haha in love, and it's so funny, the Mr. Styles,
all
he takes his shirt off, he's like, Judy, I don't want to shock you, but I don't want to get
Yeah.
I was like, damn, he was pretty fit. I was a little shocked.
He
But
was.
they're going to a baseball game in their suit or their dress shirt and tie.
Yes, and she's all
in a
done
dress
up.
and done up.
It's the 60s.
And just the sensibilities of like, she doesn't understand why they have the rules in baseball, and the older guy is like, why are you trying to explain it to a dame, you know?
God,
their
it's
feeble
awful.
minds can't comprehend.
Yeah.
No, here, have a Coke, Judy, and sit the
make a
fuck down
sandwich.
and shut the fuck up.
Explain it, all right?
You're
Explain the
never
rules of
gonna
baseball.
understand.
You hit
this
a home
woman.
run. Why do you have to touch
The,
the base?
the thing of it is, though,
Right?
like that, the misogyny of the times is very much alive in the script, but also it's interesting. The other girl, who's supposed to be like a young teen,
Yeah.
is like kind of almost somewhat the mastermind. Like I love those scenes where she would go and whisper in his ear, and they go and they look at somebody, and you're like, oh shit, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen now?
No,
What's
she
the
was
strings
crazier
being
than
pulled?
She was
him.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Chewing her gum and giggling.
She,
She was kind of the puppet master, and
Yep.
he was the puppet.
And it's the level of psychopath here is what's like. There's no you can't barter with these people because they get off on watching you.
Squirm.
Beg for your life. They want.
Sadists, Chris.
They're almost like they're sadists, man.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Almost. How'd they come up with the name?
Oh my god. It's all making sense. But that is cool.
I do feel like there's some of their sadism is limited because of what they can show in the movie back then. So a lot of it's just reduced to them like staring at each other, giggling like idiots,
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
sadists do.
which
That's
makes them
basically
seem
what
crazy.
Wait, can we all hold on one second? Because Braxley does stuff, says hello, and then says
Braxton.
hello, and then also says hello. So let's all just
Hello.
say,
Hello.
how you doing? How you doing?
What kind of stuff you doing, Braxley?
Yeah, Braxley, thanks. But the other thing, there's some foreshadowing with
The snakes.
the snakeskin, but the way that comes back up again at the end, it's like. Okay, Lindsay, that makes way more sense. But the way that
Well, then
comes back,
we gotta say hello, Braxley.
hello, Braxley.
Hello, Braxley.
Lindsay
Welcome.
Screams.
Well,
Anyways,
we should say, you probably don't want to watch this.
you don't want to. Braxley, click off now. You don't want to.
We need a parent,
This
a parent
is
in the
gone.
room.
This is so the snakeskin thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a foreshadowing of stuff coming
Yeah,
up.
it's the Chekhov's gun moment of the movie.
Which
But-
I appreciated. It came back. It wasn't just some throwaway.
It comes back, but it's not like of any agency or of any like. The way it comes back is that the villain at the end falls into a pit of snakes, which is never the pit's never foreshadowed
No.
No.
or
and it's
any
some
of
weird
that.
abandoned house thing in the woods.
Yeah.
And it's like a dry well he falls down in or something like that.
Something.
Yeah,
Something.
Snake
It,
pit.
it could have been a moment because I don't remember the main woman's name. She is
Judy?
very much just a
No,
complete
Judy's the-
helpless victim.
Oh no, the
entire
other one I
time.
can't remember.
Heather Hovey.
Which
Yeah,
we'll get to
Judy's
her.
the teacher.
Oh, I thought
get to-
Judy was the
right?
crazy one.
Or is Judy the crazy one? I thought Judy was the teacher.
The blonde or the
blonde.
brunette?
Doris.
Doris.
Dolores.
is the
Doris.
no,
Tough
Doris
name.
is the teacher lady.
Okay,
Judy
Doris.
is the
As the young girl.
yeah.
Makes me think of
So-
True Lies.
Dude, True Lies is a
Doris.
freaking
Boris and
awesome
Doris.
movie. That movie freaking awesome. So, Judy, I don't remember which one it is. Doris,
Doris.
the main woman, she is useless the entire movie
Useless.
in a frustrating way. But at one point, she criticizes Braxton or whatever the other guy's name is, the guy without the guy with the
younger guy?
tank top.
Yeah.
Who's like working on the car because
Ed.
he allows the older guy to get shot in the face, and she like
Yeah.
blames
She
it on
calls him a
him.
I'm a
coward.
coward.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he was.
You're not a real man. You didn't do anything. Yeah.
But like they keep like moments like that that are like interesting dynamics that I thought could again later reveal itself that maybe she's not as much of a just a victim and she comes to some sort of power by the end, but it doesn't turn out that way, which is super disappointing. It's just like running along and the guy
she
stumbles
doesn't
into
throw
snakes.
the snakes at him. Yeah. I can see
She's
or
a snake
or,
wrangler.
or trick him, like find the pit and then trick him into falling into it or something
She
like
is a woman in 1963. She does not have those capabilities.
that. That's true.
that comes in later in the 60s. Yeah.
Yeah,
Later
that's true.
60s would be a bit different.
But Judy, who is
She's chewing her gum the whole time.
but also
Whole time.
crazy and her death I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, I liked how she went out.
So
I think he actually shot her.
well, I probably did.
Yeah, he was a sharpshooter.
He was a sharpshooter. So I mean, I guess we should go through some of the plot here, but like we said, like they break down
It's a very simple
at
story.
this rest stop and are looking for people. They find like warm pie or something, if I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'cause
And there's, like,
it's so
signs
warm
of-
he burns his hand when he touches
Oh
it.
my god, that pie was right out of the oven. Holy
Piping hot.
In the 60s, pie stayed a little warmer. You know, climate change and all that stuff.
It was before the McDonald's coffee lawsuit.
There you go, Smith. But they have to fix their car, and along comes these serial killers. And then it turns into them tormenting them for about an hour and 15 minutes. Meanwhile, like, the serial killer's telling the guy he has to fix the car. And then eventually, you know, he kind of outsmarts the killer by doing stuff with the fuel pump and having gas spray in his eyes. And that's the scene where the killer starts firing blindly at what he thinks is one of the people, but it turns out to be
His girlfriend.
his girlfriend.
Poor Judy.
And I was like, oh, Judy. My mom's name is Judy. And I just thought of my mom. She's
Too
old.
close to home.
I don't know how old she is, but she's probably older. She's as old as this, right, Aaron? 60s?
70.
70. Who knows when she was born then? Who can
I
do
was-
that math?
I was very sad that Ed went out the way he went out.
Yeah.
I
was
was
surprised when he got killed.
I
yeah.
liked it. It was desperation. It was
It
good.
was very desperate.
And the anger that the villain guy showed when he, like, 'cause he was chasing him down. It kept going on. He's shooting at him. But he corners him, and then he has to, like, reload his gun, and the guy attacks him and gets the shot off, and then he just starts
Unloading.
Yeah.
unloading.
Just
I was like,
unloads
oh,
the whole
shit.
thing into him. But there are some really brutal scenes like that in this movie. The other one that pops in my head is when the one girl's going to get water to help the guy's head wound. And, you know, he's like ripping her blouse or whatever. But then he's like shoving her face into the ground. Like, you like the dirt?
Lick
Taste
that
the
dirt.
dirt.
Yeah.
Taste the dirt. Because she called him dirt or whatever, an animal. That whole scene was very, very unsettling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
they-
really showed how unhinged he was.
Yeah.
They didn't hold back on a lot of the psychotic behavior. If anything, nowadays, if this movie was made now, it's just you would see more of the acts. You would see the shot to the face and the blood and all that stuff. You would probably see, like, the rapey shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know if necessarily it's more effective seeing it or not. Like, it still came across in this movie, I guess. I'll
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I mean, we had those two cops show
Oh,
up.
yeah, the
that
cops.
just,
Yeah.
like,
They were
Right
actual
away.
cops.
here we go. Like this is, and then
And they are the worst cops. They're like,
Yeah.
they're sitting there drinking their soda, and this weird guy just says that he belongs there. And all of a sudden, they see the empty clip on the empty
Yeah,
magazine. They're like,
an
oh,
empty
somebody lost their magazine. Ah.
Right? What a red flag.
and the second one doesn't even react when the
No.
first one is shot. Like he just stands there and
He's
Probably
like,
shot.
Gadzooks.
Zooks. Yes.
But then we have there's two motorcycles there now.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
yeah,
Take
and they
them
like make the whole scene about like getting on them and playing with the horn and stuff. I'm like, just take a motorcycle. It works.
Yeah.
It was just
And
driven
yet,
in on.
yet another opportunity when they're distracted, and the good guys could have, taken the gun away or escaped.
Yeah.
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 But I think part of that goes back into the 60s mentality. Like, if I do what they say, they'll let me go, but then they figure out
Right.
who they are, and they still think they can.
When he's kind of psycho. I mean, even if he fixes the car, he's still gonna shoot him,
Oh, yeah.
which he says. So, but then they still try to fix the car.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I feel like if you're in this situation, you probably would feel a bit crippled in some ways. Like, I don't.
Right.
They just shot your other
Yeah.
person in your
It's just
party
like-
right in the face, and
Yeah, but
Like,
then,
you-
what do you have to lose, really?
Well, but you do see that then, Spiv, when he does corner the guy and he starts screaming and running at him like in desperation. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And there's the scene where he's counting the bullets, trying to talk to him. How many people? Did you kill them too? Did you shoot him? And he figures out
that was a
he's
cool
out of
shot right
bullets.
there.
But then he doesn't have the guts to tackle him. Yeah. Yet again, I'm with Doris here. Ed was a coward.
And he was in the army too.
Yeah, he was a tank mechanic.
That's why he knows how to fix the car.
Right. He replaces his fuel pump every 2 weeks. So.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks? Is that what he said?
He said he just fixed it like 2 weeks ago, and then it broke again.
God.
Have you guys never fixed something and had it break 2 weeks later because the part was a piece of crap?
All the time.
I've never replaced my fuel pump. I can tell you.
You've
that.
never replaced a fuel pump?
No.
It's not fun.
Sorry.
This was an interesting movie.
It was very
I wish
interesting.
Paul would have let us know why, because he put some long comment, but he didn't say why he chose this specifically for us. And he said he's going to leave a voicemail, but he didn't. But I would be interested to hear his story about his recommendation for this movie, because I wasn't in the mood to watch something like this, so it was more of a hard watch. But the whole time I could appreciate it in a lot of ways. I think it is very well shot and stuff, and but. I don't see anything bad about it. I don't know.
It's no secrets of the clown.
It's no Secrets of the Clown.
I wanted
is?
Secrets of the Clown.
Secrets of the Clown is so good.
I was
We should
expecting
watch it
that.
again. All right. Anything else, guys?
I don't think so.
Okay. AJ. AJ.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Would you recommend the Sadist?
The saddest of the sad. I don't know. It wasn't really my thing. If you feel like, by what we have discussed tonight, that it sounds like you would want to jam to it and check it out, sure, go for it. For me, it's just like, it wasn't interesting enough of the dynamics of what was happening. And I do understand it was an older movie, and I do enjoy older movies, but this wasn't really one that I could get into. Just wasn't for me.
Aaron.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think it just is not for me, even though I do like older movies. This just didn't hold my attention, and it could just be my mood today. I don't know. But it's not something I would say to seek out.
Rebecca.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend it. I enjoyed it.
Lindsay.
Yes, I'll recommend it. It's very much of its time, and this was like a sleazy. This is the 1963 sleazy drive-in movie, and so it's very interesting to look at it from that perspective. So yeah, go check it out.
Speaking of sleazy, interesting to look at things, Spiv.
Yes, well, similar to me, I would check it out. And no, yeah, it has its flaws, of course, like every movie we watch on this show. But yeah, I think it is definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same place as Spiv and Lindsay and Rebecca. So there you go. That's it for the Sadist. Sadists win. Zoltan rules. Time to move on and play a game. So here we go.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of conflict, right? Your methods are sloppy and your conclusions are highly implicit. Shall we play?
All right. We are going to compare prices of things.
Oh, this is gonna make me sad.
So we're going to compare things from 1963 to today. All right, so let's start off. A Big Mac currently costs $5.35. How much do you think it cost in 1963?
39 cents.
Did it exist in 1960?
25 cents?
Did exist.
It did? Okay.
50
Not
cents.
a trick question.
I'm going to say 49 cents.
It was 28
Oh.
cents.
Right.
God damn.
All the old styrofoam boxes. I remember those.
That's like a quarter. Like, can you imagine going and paying a quarter?
It
for
is like a
fucking-
quarter.
That's crazy. Thanks, Rebecca. Backing me up on that one.
All right, an average new car costs about $48,000. How much do you think one cost in 1963?
3,000.
Yeah, like 6,000.
4,000?
Actually, more like 2,500.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2,000. It's the average.
They were about $3,233.
Hey, there's the car from the movie.
You'd have to spend like
But you have
tens
to buy a
of
new
thousands to
fuel
get
pump
that
every...
car now.
Yeah, find a new fuel pump every month. Yeah.
How about concert tickets? Currently, they're about $111. How much to go to a concert in 1963?
10 cents.
10 cents. 5 cents.
8
$3.
cents.
It was about $5.50.
Wow.
Yeah. How about an average new house? Currently, it's about $436,800.
That's a deal.
That is
How much
insane.
for a new house in 1963?
$10,000.
15.
50,000.
$12,000.
$19,300.
And you can buy a house. You could buy a house from Sears back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. My wife's
Kit
parents lived in one.
houses. All right, 1 year of college tuition. It's currently $26,000 for a year of college tuition. How much was a year in 1963?
$2,000.
300.
1,000.
$240.
Oh, it hurts.
For 1 year of
The boomers are the fucking worst.
The worst.
Worst.
The worst.
That
was
is
the
like
average
you
salary
can't
in
get books for a semester for that price.
Yeah, but Spiv,
Oh.
if you adjust for inflation, cars really are basically the same in comparison
I mean,
to everything else.
houses-
Even
are
if you-
insanely
Yeah,
expensive.
Even if you go
Yeah.
back
Education
on
is
like
insanely
college
expensive.
tuition, 8 years, it's shocking. Like
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
so high.
That's the average.
It's funding
wage is
everything.
17.
I know. I did like a thing the other day to look up like what just like a local school like Millersville would be for my daughter. Mm-hmm. And it's
It's
like
crazy.
it's insane amount of
It's
money
what,
per year.
about 20 now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a local crappy local school. Like what?
It's not crappy. It's my alma mater.
I know it's a good school, but
No,
it's actually a good school. But
That's really not.
the cost is pretty.
All
steep.
right,
Me-
minimum
median-
wage is currently $7.25. What was it in 1963?
$3.50.
$1.30.
Like $1.25 or something.
At least $1.20.
Was there a minimum wage?
$1.
Yeah.
Is there a minimum
That was
wage?
like
30s.
Weren't kids still working?
$1.25. Kids
Yeah.
are working again.
They just don't want to work.
That's true. They
so.
are
What
working
is
again.
$1.25
Get those guys driving
in
trucks.
today's
okay?
money?
You
Yeah,
You
how
said
much?
1963.
1963 to today.
All right, let's
How
look.
much?
I'm trying. The
The cost of
site's
living
slow.
is so much higher than inflation.
Oh, it won't load. Come on.
It says $1 in 1963 is worth $10.14 today.
Okay. So it's like, what,
All right,
13
so
bucks
it-
then?
It should be at least what, $13 for
Yeah, about
like that.
13
minimum
bucks.
wage instead of
That's
$7.25 that it's been since.
Since
That's-
2006.
we were-
if it was only just attached to inflation adjustment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Without
It should be
thinking
attached
about
to cost of living.
cost of living
Yeah.
and yeah.
housing is like 4 times more expensive, etc.
So
Oh,
by,
Right.
by
How
that,
about record baseball contract? So it's currently $360 million. What was the record baseball contract in 1963?
63. Oh boy.
$25,000.
70.
$400,000.
It was $100,000.
It's craziness.
dude. So if you do that math though,
That's like $1 million
houses
bucks.
houses should be average should be about $195,000
Yes.
now,
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
and they're more than 2.5
Yeah,
times
real
that.
Yes.
estate's
Yeah.
it's gone crazy in the last 20 years.
Crazy.
Movie tickets
boy,
currently
we're-
about $12.50.
We're only
for a ticket.
$12.50. That's
Yeah,
not what I
just-
see.
Yeah, I just went to the
No
movies. It was
way.
$19.
Yeah, it's
way.
you
Well, you
can't go
saw
to
it
the movies anymore.
IMAX.
It was 17 for regular. So yeah.
How much was a ticket in 1963?
It was
75
2
cents.
pennies. 2 pennies.
It was like a fucking pebble.
It was a
or
nickel.
something.
You just had to
You
do a
could
little
barter that
dance.
shit.
30 cents.
It was 85 cents.
Oh,
85 cents. It's
Jesus.
a highway
it's like
robbery.
$8. Well, I want to know how much the popcorn was. I bought a
Probably 5
like a small
cents.
popcorn and a drink and candy for me and Dad, and it was like $30, and he was losing his mind.
Yeah.
Well, Laura and I went to see the Dune and got popcorn and drinks, and it was $79.
With the tickets.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
People to go see a movie with popcorn.
Yep.
So there we go. We
That
have
was
no
fun.
money.
That was fun. The
All
average,
poor.
the median income in 1963 was $6,200.
So what's that adjusted for inflation?
$6,200 a year.
Yep.
So times 10.1.
That puts some of those in perspective.
So it should be about $62,000 or $63,000.
That median personal or median household?
Median family, yeah.
Median family.
Which was a
Which was
person,
going to be
yeah.
one person working.
Generally, yeah. So, but now it's 74,000
With 2 people working.
for the house.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The cost
what
of
the
living
shit
is so
happened?
much higher than that.
I honestly
Capitalism.
don't know how
Capitalism?
people do it.
On the final
How do
wave?
people that make? I just don't know how people do it. I don't understand.
It's crazy.
Well,
I sell
that
my
was
body
fun.
on the streets.
Jeez, it was like an AJ quiz.
All right, Rebecca. Thank you for
Yep.
that.
Pressing
game.
the shit out of us, Rebecca.
You are welcome.
All right, time to move on and do some listener feedback. Here we go.
Just we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
Last week we checked out Slaughterhouse. Yeah. Joe McDonald, this is a good launch pad for teens getting into horror.
There you go.
I agree, it's not for a true horror fan.
What
But I
is?
don't think that was the intended audience. It's for casual fans that can laugh at cheesy puppets and a silly premise. The house mom was the best actress. I thought the puppet was good. I didn't think it was cheesy.
I liked
Puppet was
the
great.
I thought the puppet was good.
Yeah.
Star of the movie,
Slothtacular.
puppet. Slothtacular. Slothsome. Aaron should switch to an AI area where he keeps making the AI posters, trailers, or things like that. Maybe call it Happy Little AI Accidents. AI Accidents? I don't know how to pronounce that.
That's a yikes-ident right there. Yeah. Actually, that would be a lot more fun than what I've been doing.
Then reading the IMDb
Which
page,
is-
yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. I thought we were going to stop this last year. We
thought
said we're
you
not doing
were.
it anymore. And Chris keeps like playing the bumper. He's like, "Let's go, asshole!" And I don't know what to do.
Well, last week you did such a good job with all those AI things with the
Yeah.
sloth. It was
No, but
great.
I don't always have time to do all that.
All right.
Oh.
Well,
You gotta
we
plan it
find
in.
We
Your
find out every
calendar,
week
man.
if you did or not.
Are
We find
we
out.
gonna
Put it on your
have
calendar.
Aaron, what are they going to do? Fire you? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep going to you, and we'll figure out what happens.
Paul Lilienthal. Sorry I ruined everything, I guess.
We're used to it, Paul.
This is the guilt trip.
People
comment
seemed
section.
hyped when I suggested it in the Slack. Oh well. But Secrets of the Clown is far from the only gem I brought here. She, Nightmare City, The Rage,
City was great.
Air Panic, and Race with the Devil were all
Air
my
Panic.
picks.
Movie of the year. Good, Rob.
Air Panic, hottest garbage we've ever seen. What is the Rage? Was that good?
The Rage.
Rage was good.
Was not Rage.
No.
With
The
that
Rage.
sweet school bus jump scene. Air Panic won Movie of the Year until Ticker, Steven
The
Seagal, and
Rage.
Lindsay committed mutiny. Air
Which
Panic
what?
did win, guys. And I actually thought at least Chris and AJ would like Skeleton Man.
We
I'm
did.
actually
I like the
genuinely-
idea.
Yeah, we did. We liked.
Why are we
Skeleton.
letting Paul? Why even read
He
this?
is genuinely
going,
sorry and disappointed that you did.
That's what I'm saying. He's guilting us. He's
Yes.
trying to
Yeah,
guilt
he is.
us.
Yeah.
He's trying to guilt
I
us.
don't like it.
And frankly, sir, I will not stand for your guilt trips.
That's right.
Part of the
I-
reason I picked The Sadist for you guys is because it is weirdly a little bit of a personal film for me.
Okay.
Because he's a sadist, I guess. I will probably leave a voicemail about it.
Probably, but you didn't, did you?
But you didn't, Paul.
Did you, Paul? Did you?
Disappointed again. No, Air
I am
Panic was
actually
awesome.
interested in hearing what his personal
Yeah.
connection to this
I
movie is.
am. That's curiousness.
His dad
So,
was
yeah.
a snake.
His dad was... Yeah, guys, yeah, he was a snake in the movie, I got you.
Yeah.
I just kind of connected it. Took me a while. Dava Black. I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun in a dumb way.
Sure.
Back to Slaughterhouse here.
Yeah.
Alternate title: Slaughter Some Sugar on Me, House.
My God.
I don't
All right, I quit. It's been fun, guys, but come on.
Yeah. That does it for our listener feedback on Slaughterhouse.
Christ.
You better say something about the Sadist, so I have something to read next week. Not just Paul's sob story. Yeah.
What are we
Any
going to do?
voicemails, Chris?
No voicemails.
Any iTunes reviews?
Of course not. I actually don't even know how to check that. I'm on a new
Are there
computer.
any
I don't
new
know how-
Patreons?
That's a great question. No one can answer that either.
Who knows?
There's no possible way to figure that. No. No to all the above. We did pull out the movie review from the podcast and post that as a separate video, performing
how's that
almost
going?
twice as 2 times better than the podcast. No real engagement or anything, but more views. So who knows? I don't know what that
Well,
means.
wait, I should go and look. Maybe
I
there's
don't think
comments
there's-
on that.
I don't.
one.
No, I don't think there's any comments on it. That's what I'm saying.
No
Yeah.
engagement.
No engagement.
That means people clicked it, and then they
And
clicked
then
away because they're like,
they-
"Oh wait, this isn't the full thing."
They clicked it and then immediately clicked away. Like,
Well, what does it actually show, Chris? Does it show that that's the case?
no, it's 30 minutes and it says movie review and it's us doing our movie review.
No, I know, but on YouTube, does it show them watching for 5 minutes and dropping off, or is it the full thing?
All right. You want to pull up the analytics? We'll
Yeah, I
pull
want
up
to see the
Analytics.
analytics.
Share
Let's do
them. I want to
the
see.
analytics
Show us the
section
analytics.
of the show.
There are no comments.
That's a great sign.
Here's the analytics. Engagement. If average view retention is 3 minutes and 10 seconds,
Oh yeah.
or 10% of the video.
What
not
happens
bad.
at 3:10? Like, what makes
Is
it
this
click
wait?
away?
Are we looking at porn? or
We
is
still
this our
haven't started
video?
talking about the movie, and they're like, never mind.
At
Right.
3 minutes and 10 seconds, it's probably me.
What about the other one?
Yep, it's Aaron
The full-
Spiv ruining the show.
The full
who would've guessed?
podcast? Wait, was that the full
Fucking
podcast
Aaron
or
and
just the
Spiv.
review?
That's just the review.
Just
What-
review.
what
it.
about the
I don't
full
know, 3:10,
podcast?
Chris
Oh
is
my
talking.
god, we got to go through the. Why is that? What the shit is this? This is.
Why are you up there like the Wizard of Oz?
God pulling history. We're not going to go
I like
through
how
the
we
analytics.
slowly slid up there.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, for the 90th time, keep your fingers to yourself.
All right, let's move on. We don't need to. We
Moving
don't
on.
need to.
We can move on. Do we have a wheel?
Moving on.
So okay, that was going to be my question. What do we do if it lands on chips this week, guys?
Can you go?
Twilight, or Leprechaun. Leprechaun,
We
Twilight.
missed
To the
Leprechaun,
deluxe
guys. St.
apartment.
Patrick's Day was last week.
In the sky.
It doesn't matter. There's like
It
10
don't
of them,
matter.
right? We're doing them all. If we do that, then we got to follow through on all of
Ghoulies.
them.
Oh,
We've seen
God.
Ghoulies.
The Ghoulies are so
Ghoulies?
bad.
Can you guys do this?
Wait, is that Left Behind? Who put that out on there?
I want to see that. All right, here we go.
Is that the Cage one?
It is.
Or the pre-Cage?
It's the
Pre-Cage,
Cage.
we got to see the originals.
The Kirk Cameron?
The Kirk Camerons.
We got to see the originals.
Is it?
Master Blaster.
Oh, shit.
Is that a
It's an
woman?
amazing-
A woman
gun?
has a
Yep.
gun?
Yep.
Have you seen this, Lindsay?
All right. I think I've
No.
seen Master Blaster.
I played the game. It was cool.
I know the
Master
cover,
Blaster
but
was
I've
a great
not
game.
seen the movie.
That would make a cool movie, Chris.
Yeah, I get shrunk down into my little tank and I go in my yard.
Chasing after a frog.
Master
Let's see this
Blaster from
trailer.
1987. A veteran John Moldovan enters a survival game supposedly calling for red paint instead of bullets. Okay.
It's a most dangerous game kind of ripoff thing.
Yeah.
A paintball tournament
Those
goes
are
from
always
fun to
fun.
a survival exercise.
Yay.
It might be okay.
You're going to pull the trailer? Sir?
You know, things don't just happen just because you want them to. You have to have some fucking patience.
Are you using
Oh my
Bing? Come
God.
on, man.
Jesus
find it?
Christ,
He
man.
should be using Bing.
Getting his Bing
Ooh, I
points.
like the music.
There it is.
I'm
Bing.
a
It
master.
started as a game.
Oh, this is awesome already.
Right?
Oh, it's like Zero Boys,
Welcome
man.
to the Master Blaster Grand National Championship.
A prize contest.
50
The trailer voice needs more reverb.
Who
This is gonna be
that?
awful.
This ain't the city. Out here we make our own rules.
Oh man!
But now, in the forests,
And there's something really wrong going on. There's something really
So
wrong
much
going on here
reverb.
today.
This looks cool. Actually.
the contest
We've
has
seen all the best
changed.
parts, though.
I can't wait to be stuck in the forest for an hour and a half with some paintball guns.
I
Not
gotta
able
admit,
to
guys,
see
this
anything.
does not look very good.
Yeah, I think we watched Skeleton Man already.
Master Blaster.
Yeah.
The game is sub.
I don't think this looks bad. You think this
This
looks
will
The
be
bad?
fun.
game
It's
is
got
if you can finish the
three
movie.
writers.
What do we think?
Can the theme be?
Rebecca, what do you think?
I think it looks not great.
We're running away.
I
That
don't
looks
know.
fucking awful.
Okay, well, too bad. All right. This is a Patreon pick, so we have to pick it.
We have to do it.
Do we though?
You know what we should have done is we need to do all the Crow movies because the sequels have Edward Furlong in them.
Oh.
That can't be good.
Did you know he had a music career?
Oh, it was just written by a bunch of stuntmen.
Yeah,
did
he
not
had.
know that.
He released an album way
Recently?
back.
Was Steven Seagal
Should
on it?
review that.
No, like when he was at his peak, like T2-ish time frame.
Wait, when he's still hitting puberty and his voice is
Yeah.
cracking?
It's
great.
It's fucking terrible.
All right. Edward,
wait.
what's
Can't
it?
wait.
Edward Furlong.
Yep, song or album, whatever. I don't know what the name of the song is. It's really bad though, really bad.
Well, we're gonna review it real quick. All right. Oh, actually, this sounds pretty slamming. I don't know. You're fucking talking about. Hold on tight. Oh yeah.
I'm fucking tone deaf. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This was before auto-tune.
Wow, that's rough. That's a rough ticket there.
But it's like that's when you're
Furlong
that
forever.
when you're that popular, you have to release an album, even if you're not a music artist.
Furlong forever.
Hey, Spiv, calm down.
That's it, guys, for this week's episode. Next week, we're watching the 1987 movie Master Blaster, which was a pick from Jesse Maggers, Patreon pick. And then we are off to the races because in April, we are doing all of the
Twilight.
It's April-light?
Leprechauns?
April.
Wait, are we watching Twilight movies?
Why are we watching all the Twilights?
I didn't say a goddamn thing. I was just waiting to see what you people said. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I've seen them all.
There's two Breen movies that we have not watched.
Okay.
Brain Prill.
Green
Green
We
Pearl
could bring
sounds
back-
like
We already did Green
some
Pearl.
old lady
Yeah, we did
medication.
Green
It's time to come back.
Let me get my Green Pearl from 1982.
I keep seeing tigers.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. That's it. Master Blaster. The problem with this is I'm not seeing this movie being
it
available
available?
anywhere.
It's on VHS for $45 on eBay.
Well, Lindsay, can you rip your VHS copy that you bought?
I don't
for
have a
$45?
copy of it.
Wow,
There
it's
is a
45 bucks. Buy it now.
There's a Spanish dub on YouTube. All right, we might research here. If we can't find the movie, then we'll see what happens. But right now, I'm not seeing it available. But that's the plan for next week, guys. Master Blaster from 1987. If you enjoyed the show, that's great. And also surprising to hear. But that's all right.
Did you enjoy the first 3 minutes that you watched?
Found it.
That was funny, Aaron. AJ, why'd you find it? You were supposed to not find
There's
it.
the English version on YouTube.
It's only an hour and 20 minutes long. Okay, cool. All right,
There you
guys,
go.
that's it. Thank you for joining us. We will be back next week with Master Blaster. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Bad Movie Night Podcast.
Bad movie night.
Yeah, what's up? AJ's here. We're gonna podcast from our rear. It's gonna be good, because we're here to say podcasting is the thing today. AJ. AJ. Yeah. AJ. What you say? Your name is AJ. Dude, this fucking diet ginger ale is sending me to the next level. I will tell you what, I am feeling it. I am feeling this ginger ale. I'm feeling it like nobody's business. So much ginger. I don't even know what that shit is. Is that a fruit? Is it a vegetable? People don't know.
It's a root.
It's a root. It's a root.
A tuber.
Lindsay.
It's a tuber.
Oh, goddamn.
Root.
I love myself some tubers up in here.
Root.
Tommy Tuberville. Call me that shit. Oh, fucking tuber the nation.